Three, two, one. And we're live, my people. What are you saying, my people? Is your boy Jason out here, man. Welcome to the Bala Show. This is gonna be lit with my brothers Ali Kem, and my guy Justin.
Come
Come on,
on.
my people. How you guys
Come
doing?
on. Bless the highly favored, my bro. As you know,
Living life.
That's it.
That's
That's
good,
it.
bro.
Focus,
Big
bro.
fan of the
Focus.
show.
Huh?
Big fan of the show. Thank you for having me, bro.
Of course, man. Much love, bro. Anytime, my guy. Welcome anytime. But yeah, obviously we're gonna be talking about the World Cup as well, how things has been going throughout the tournament. We're talking about obviously my Ghanaian brothers, of course.
Come on.
My guy.
Come
Black
on.
Stars, yeah. They're doing bits at the moment, will they qualify as well? Or the Suarez moment happen again time after time, but we will talk about that later on, as
Yeah.
well as England as well, the shocks of the tournament, all at the flops of the tournaments as well, and the dark horses. But yeah, so guys, how did you find the World Cup so far?
Broski, I think for me it's been an interesting one, because it's been like it started off a little bit slow. To be fair, can I say slow? I think when this particular World Cup started, it didn't really feel like a World Cup, if you get what I'm saying. It's like maybe because it's winter, same time also it's like the hype surrounding it wasn't like a World Cup kind of hype. A lot of big players like Sadio Mane, etc., Pogba, Karim Benzema were here and they're injured. So it's feeling like what's a World Cup without all of these big names? But I think as things have started now, I'm realizing that we've gotten to a point where I think prior to this week, 30 out of 32 teams can qualify to the group stage. So all of these sort of last games, they all mean something. Like every result kind of means something. So like if people hadn't watched the first couple games, at least these last games, everyone can pretty much watch every game and get some level of entertainment out of it. What's been a bit dry though is like first halves are usually dry, then things just explode in the second half and it's nuts.
100%, bro. Ken, what about you, bro?
I'm similar. I was of the belief that this World Cup wasn't gonna be a football masterclass. I thought it was just gonna be injuries, all kinds of people just missing out, all the names that should have been taken not being taken, and the politics of it kind of like. For me, it kind of ruined the spirit of just watching people play football. And then after the first few games, you kind of just saw that people put the politics aside and they could just watch people compete. So for me, it's picked up. And yeah, I'm loving the fact that there's some shock exits, some big teams that are falling apart, some stars, like unnamed stars just coming in and shining, bro. Like, it's beautiful.
That's good, man. I mean, to be fair, this World Cup has been so different. Like, compared to the summer, man, you have this buzz, this hype, everything, man. Everything just kind of like it's always been flowing. Like, but yeah, I mean, it's just a weird time to have that World Cup in the middle of winter. Like, people go to work as well, so like you probably miss like 3/4 of the games, especially in like 9 to 5 and that, like the 10 p.m.s, 1 p.m.s, 4 p.m.s, like. But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of 0-0 draws. Some of them are boring ones, some of them are quite entertaining as well. And also like quite a few shocks as well, like Saudi Arabia actually,
Argentina,
the likes of Japan.
Where's Messi? Where's Messi?
What do you mean, man? He's through. It's fine. What do you mean? He's through in it. He's through. He's done his thing a little bit.
It's a crazy one, because you're right. Like it started off, there was a few 0-0 draws where it's like you'll have so if we take the England group for example, 6-2, which was pretty much a thriller first game, and you have a 0-0 against USA, they're kind of like, oh bro, that's a bit dry. And you have what we just had against Wales, where a man like Rashford stepped up to the game and did what he did in it. You know what I'm saying? Can't be saying much. That's United blood. It's so
wait, I mean, all your United boys are doing well,
bro. I said ETH is taking them to the moon, bro.
Wait.
Do you know what's been shocking me? Maguire has been.
Maguire.
I'm shocked, bro.
Yeah, you're shocked.
I'm
Bro.
sure. Do you know what's funny? Yeah. So there's a viral video that's going around. Yeah. So Ghana's going through a bit of a thing in our sort of like our economical sort of climate. So
Yeah.
the members of parliament are in there sort of having their discussions like they do here. And a man comes to start his argument and he's talking about how basically the Minister of Finance and the Vice President need to get taken off. And he likens him to the fact that there's a player of Manchester United who, before United signed him, he was good, but now he scores own goals for the teams. Even when the other team doesn't score, he'll score one for them. It's like, that's Harry Maguire. And he starts calling the Vice President an economical Harry Maguire. Like, this happened today. Like,
I saw the pilot.
yeah, bro.
That
I'm
was
thinking,
too funny, bro.
what?
I was like, why is this man? That was actually two jokes, man.
Bro,
Why he's bringing in
crazy
this,
stuff.
man? I was like, it's so unnecessary, but
So unnecessary, bro. So
Bro,
unnecessary.
but I feel like he did his thing, you know. Maguire, the likes of, you know, obviously Ericsson went out for Denmark and he was the only shot. Obviously the likes of who else did Bill? Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno's having a great tournament.
Bro, you know this guy. You know this guy. He's kind of frustrating because like the talent is always there. If he's playing with Ronaldo, bro, he's not gonna get anything. Like he's not gonna be the limelight. Let him be free. Let Ronaldo be like Ronaldo's getting hold. Let him hold the bench. But him as a starting player, him as a main man, he will flourish, bro. Like you can see it in him. Like without Ronaldo, he's been doing bits. Like you can see how much of a class player he is.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Like Bruno, I think maybe in his Portuguese team as well. Like I think there's a difference between him and his Portuguese team and him maybe at Man United. If you notice, he's doing less of that Hollywood ball with these lot.
Yeah.
He's not just a kick and hope, but he's actually finding like proper passes. And I don't know what it is. Maybe he says something about Man United's forwards, but Bruno's having a good tournament. Like his passes are making sense. Like his involvement is making sense.
He's making a difference a little bit as well. You can see how vital he is for that Portuguese team as well. How he's pulling the strings as well. So yeah, Ken. So yeah, what do you think about the whole thing actually? So in terms of like United players are doing really well with the likes of Maguire,
Rashford,
Luke
Shaw's having a solid one.
Like you know, it's really good to see as well. So what's your stance of it?
I can't lie, it's expected for everyone except Maguire because like you know what it's like when you're a big club with history, the fans are on you. Like you mess up for a little bit, the fans are on you. But when you go for the national squad, like everybody that you care about wants you to succeed. So like I'm not surprised. And also I think they've got the freedom to express themselves because they've gone through it all before with the Euros. So like it's pretty much the exact same squad that was taken to the Euros. So they've dealt with the pressure. They've got a bit of experience. So it's not really phasing them too tough. The only thing I'll say is their games have been easy. Like I can't take that away. They've had some really easy games. The 6-2, I would have been very shocked if you didn't score at least 3.
It feels like the qualifiers, you know, if you know what I mean.
You know what I'm saying? It feels like a young Moldova, a young San Marino kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And then you got to the USA, who clearly more athletic than them. Like it showed. Yeah. Like 90 minutes, they couldn't hack it.
Midfield as well in the middle, like McKennie kind of bust that midfield.
Like but that's the thing. I feel like it's more so how Southgate set it up, you know, because I feel like and I guess it goes to show it's like you have the talent, but then does the manager match up to the talent? Because how do you face a USA team and think, okay, let's get a draw out of this as opposed to like go for them? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then what happens when you come up against a France? Are you going to think you don't have the players, whereas you do have the players to match up against? Not saying they're a France kind of depth, but this is a good crop of players. Do you get what I'm saying? Like Bellingham up against McKennie. I like McKennie, but come on, bro. Like Yunus Musa.
Like it's how the team's been set up. Like
you know, like Yunus Musa had a quality game, but bro, come on,
Bellingham. Yunus Musa.
Yeah, he was a what?
He was in the Arsenal academy, you know.
Yeah, Helen boy, like he's a good player and plays very well for. I think is it Villarreal or Valencia he's at, but I think it's Villarreal now, or I think actually Valencia. He plays well, but bro, he's not. When he comes up against Rice and Bellingham, it shouldn't necessarily be that much of competition. But here's a case where he's bossing the midfield alongside McKennie, and it shouldn't be that. So it says a lot about the manager supposed to like the crop of players that we have, because boy, when Bellingham turns up on a Tuesday in Champions League at 19, he's moving to people who are notable holders of the midfield. So
It's lost straight away down there. It's about how the manager actually utilized the guy. You know?
Can I ask a question then?
Go for it.
Given the squad that we've seen so far, did Southgate make any howlers with who he's taken along? Because I still can't understand why he's taken so many right backs. Personally,
Absolutely.
I don't know if there's any other notable people that are missing, because Ivan Toney was a big name. That it could have been taken, but it's been proven that he's not missed right now. I think they should have had a backup left back. You shouldn't be taking Trippier as your backup. So is there anybody, or did he get it right and he's not the coach that you need?
I think he, for the moment, we can't necessarily see how much wrong he could have got it. Now there are names that we could probably say, like
Conor Gallagher.
I mean, I don't understand why Conor Gallagher's there personally. Obviously, I think James Maddison is injured, so you'd have loved to see him a little bit more. Fikayo Tomori is one that should have gone, but at the moment, it doesn't feel like it's a bad decision, because Maguire's doing his thing. John Stones is having a good tournament. Like, you have players like
Would you have taken Dyer? Would you have taken Dyer if you had?
I personally would have taken Fikayo instead of Dyer if I was.
He's a fridge, bro. He's a fridge.
That's me. Like, so people like, and I understand obviously with any team you need some sort of experience. You need people with their head down, but I'm probably also not taking Jordan Henderson if I'm the manager, because like
personally, I'm taking him as my water boy. He's not touching that. He's not touching that pitch.
What's he doing on the pitch, bro?
Jordan Henderson.
What's he doing on the pitch? But that's me. That's Justin. So there's a few more people that I think had a shout to go that necessarily didn't go. But
I feel like Ben White played actually. Like he should have started a little bit on that right back. I feel like Trippier, like he hasn't really hit the ball like he wasn't amazing in the last 3 games, but Ben White should have started one of those games against USA actually. But
that's the thing. I think, and that's so with the USA, for example, I think it says a lot about Southgate. Though he's having a good start to the tournament, but like you said, maybe he's had an easy sort of run of group. But to be wanting a goal, to set up for a draw, and you have the likes of Phil Foden, like Philip Carmen Foden on the bench, brother. And you don't bring him on. Like, what's going on?
Phil Foden, bro. We're starting Mason Mount as well. Mason Mount, come on, bro. He hasn't really proved as much, like, you know, with the likes of Phil Foden, or he can even play with the like. I don't see the reason why he's been starting Mason Mount or something over Madison and you know, Phil Foden or even Grealish.
I can't lie. I'm sacking him if he doesn't bring on the trophy this year. I'm sacking him.
You reckon he has to go?
Personally, he's had enough tournaments, and this is a golden generation. It's a waste. I think Eddie Howe would be more suitable for me.
Yeah,
personally,
because we will see. I think where they match up against Senegal will be a good matchup now, because now we want to see. This is an African team. Probably have a different dynamic, different kind of football to the rest of Europe and San Marino and all of those places that we love facing every time. And they actually have a good group of players.
Without Mane, they've been getting out of the group. That's a bit mad.
Yeah.
Like Mane is a key player, but they have like the likes of Ismail Assar. They had like a little bit of like I think Koulibaly at the back.
Yeah. Koulibaly.
They're literally dangerous, man. Like they have quality player.
Quality players. And they have unity as well. So
you guys have lowered the bar, you know. You've lowered the bar for this England squad. Why is Senegal now your test? You're 5th in the world.
No, I didn't say that that's a test. It's just they're a good team. But
it shouldn't be a test for these crop of players, but it'll be a test for whether our manager is good, because now it's like now you need some level of football and prowess to overcome this team. Are you gonna set up defensively when you have the players to go pick? Let's be honest, you can pick this team apart if you want. you get what I'm saying? You've got Harry Kane up top. All right, cool. Koulibaly might give him a little bit of a here and there, but bro, he faces him in the Prem, and man, that's still scoring. Do you get what I'm saying? People come up against Koulibaly and get the better of him. So, bro, come on. England should run over this team, but they won't.
Can you sack a manager mid tournament? Because if they look unconvincing, I'm sacking you.
You can, but I would love to, but you can't. Bro. You can. It's possible, isn't it? I swear France did that. Like 2010. I said 2010.
So yeah, I think it's settled. You know, Germany are out.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. So Japan top the group, and Spain go through as well.
And Belgium are out as well. So the Giants are falling.
Crazy.
Those are so dead, man. You know what vexed me?
They're old.
Had my fantasy football team, yeah. For this team, like I had like Gnabry just turns up after I sold him. KDB had a stinker. And then Romero, he basically went off subbed off half time against Saudi Arabia. And it was like Saka. He scored 15 points and he was missing for the last 2 games. And I bought in Giroud and Mbappe and they didn't even turn up. Didn't even start this game week.
Bro.
As well.
Who's your flop of the tournament and the player of the tournament so far?
Flop of the tournament, I say Belgium. Belgium.
No, player.
Player of the tournament, I would say Cody Gakpo. He could be one of the.
Okay.
He's been cold.
Very good.
Or even Rashi as well.
Mm.
He can be a shout. There's quite a few shouts, you know. Even Ziyech for Morocco.
Oh, what? So what? We're not gonna give it to Mohammed. We're not gonna give it to Mohammed Kudus.
Oh, Mohammed Kudus. Yeah,
there we go. In Kudus we trust. There we go.
Justin, you see, I gave him 4 chances to go and touch Africa. He didn't want to.
No, that's the host of the show. He has to spread it out, man.
No. It's just a build-up, innit? It's just a little build-up. Yeah, I was wanting to ask you guys, before the tournament, so who was your favourites? Like, who was your favourites going to the game? Like, I mean, I know who was your favourites actually winning the tournament, actually?
Good question.
So, I believe it or not, bro, coming into this tournament, I actually thought Belgium were going to do a thing, I actually thought Belgium was like, because I think Belgium run the risk that England had, risk of running, they run a risk of having the same situation or having the same history that England now has. We had the golden generation of like Rio Ferdinand, Scholes, Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Rooney, you know what I'm saying? That batch, Beckham, where we thought, if anything, these lot are going to win us a major trophy, because why not? They're the best in the world, amongst the best consecutively, probably across a decade. Yeah. Here's Belgium's group of players that are now, we've seen them go from, I think, still shining to now they're creeping into, for a large group of their players, this is their last tournament. I think Vertonghen probably won't play one more. Lukaku probably won't play one more. Eden Hazard probably doesn't have one more in him. Witsel doesn't have one more in him. KDB maybe, but probably as captain on a. Do you get what I'm saying? The way he plays, like it's a large amount of them probably don't have any more tournaments in them. And I thought where they also going in, still being able to kick ball. I didn't expect what I saw, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I really thought Belgium would come through and do something.
That's a flop, isn't it? So like, yeah. What about you, Ken?
No shade, Justin, but I never thought Belgium were going far, because I just felt they were too old. They were too old. I think there was a stat that said that. There was a stat that said they've got 7 players over 30 in their starting lineup. That's a madness.
But you see, in this day and age, is it really a madness though?
I think
in this day and age,
there's something to be said about athleticism. Like, the experience counts, but athleticism as a big part in the game. And if you lack on that, you'll be exposed.
Because have a look at who they started with today. Yeah, Thibaut Courtois, who came whatever he did in this recent Ballon d'Or, and the Champions League final they just had. You got Meunier, who's not bad. Toby Alderweireld. You've got Jan Vertonghen. 2 centre-back pairing that at least, okay, maybe they've declined a bit, but at some point these were the elite You got Castagni, you got Witzel, which is solid. Then Donker, who's having a decent season. KDB, probably the best midfielder in the world. You got Mertens, who's not bad. Carrasco, who's actually decent. You got
Mertens
Trossard,
and Carrasco were whack today.
woeful today. They've been woeful. Woeful.
I had him on my team as well.
You've got Trossard, who turns up for Brighton every single time, bro. Like, this isn't a team that you're thinking is gonna get steamrolled by Morocco, who only have Ziyech and Hakimi, bro. Come on.
El Nazeri.
That's even making my point. Like, this World Cup has shown athleticism has a big part in these games. So to even answer your question, Jay, I came in thinking Brazil were gonna do bits just because, and no word of lie, I thought Fred, if he was making it into the squad, he's making it from pure athleticism, and if he's not starting, then the athleticism within that squad is a madness. So I always thought that Brazil were gonna go far, and I just felt like Neymar, it was his time, and there was nobody that was gonna compete on his level. Like, I don't think right now this tournament has anybody Neymar's level in terms of talent. Actually, no, Messi's there, but Messi's on in his years. I thought personally,
No Mbappe.
I don't think this is the French squad we've previously seen. Like I thought they wouldn't qualify from the group stage, just given the history of if you win it, you don't qualify kind of thing that's been happening the last few years.
That curse.
Exactly.
First though, but
yeah. So
and then underestimating the French, man. I'm telling you, they shouldn't be underestimating the French.
I'm comparing them to them in 2018, and I'm not seeing it. I think England, if you gave me the time of day, I would say that they've been inflated in their value. Like, I don't think they're as good as they think they are.
What they think,
yeah. So it has to be Brazil for me.
Would you say under like a manager itself, like if there's no Gareth Southgate or anything like that, would you say England would have progressed so far under Eddie Howe with the crop of players that we have? I don't think they have bad players, to be honest with you, man. Like with the likes of we still have Kane.
They don't have world class players though. That's a shame. They don't have world class players.
England, I would say different. You know, I think England do have Harry Kane is definitely a world class striker, like one of the best you're gonna find. When you come in,
so he's more of a creator now. So is that world class? What you?
Well, I mean, in terms of this tournament, yes, he hasn't scored, but let's not pretend like on a week in week out for Tottenham, he's not putting it in. Like, in terms of strikers in the world, like Harry Kane is world class. Like, and you've got a group of players also that are coming that I think young in nature, but even amongst the young players, they're probably the pick of the bunch. I mean, if you move like Gavi, Pedri, and a few of the others, eventually you're gonna find your way to Bukayo, you're gonna find your way to Bellingham. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is who we have. Like, you're gonna find your way to Philip Foden. Like, this is who we have. So
I see it as tiers, you know. So I think there's world class where you got your, like, I'll just say Haaland. Like, that's my world class. Like, there's no question about how good he is. KDB, no question of it. Then you go a tier below, and I put Kane in that bracket because Kane isn't that level, but he's quality. Then you go a tier below, and then one more tier below that is where you get your Declan Rices and stuff. Now, when you start looking at your Jude and your Declan Rices, who really in the entire England squad is better than those two in terms of output? Because I think Foden's he's got a benefit of being in a Pep squad, so he knows how to do when he's got quality around him. But I can't see him pulling a bunch of ruffians up like that. I don't think Grealish is quality. I think he's effective, but he's not quality. I think Rashford is a good player, but he's not quality on that level, like tier 4 in the world.
At least
I think Sterling's effective. I don't see our fullbacks being effective. Trent barely even got taken. I think our centre backs are overperforming. So now I've listed up a lot of players that would be starting. Like, where's the quality that says it's world class when you compare that to Brazil? We've got 30 man.
And they do.
Yeah, I felt like I thought it was going to be like Argentina was going to be like one of the favorites, but or like, but deep down, I feel like Brazil is going to be like the favorites itself. But you never know with this tournament, man. But with Argentina, I feel like they have the quality. They have my goat Messi, of course. But yeah, they have like other quality players around them. But I feel like their squad is a bit aging as well. You can deep down, you can see their squad is aging.
No, there's holes all over the Argentina squad. Holes
Bro,
all
yeah.
over the Argentina squad, and I want them just because Messi's my goal as well. So I want him to progress far, but I don't know if this team will carry him the way it needs to.
That's the thing. I don't think they will. They looked a little bit more sloppy, like, and I don't think they look convincing. If you know what I mean.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
I
But
feel like Brazil.
Mhm.
Brazil was like a team that they play together. I can see a little bit of togetherness in them. Like likes of Casemiro, he's another United player did well as well.
Mhm.
With the likes of
Fred.
Neymar, Neymar's being injured. They have other players, Martinelli, my goat.
Come on.
All bench players in it, but Richarlison's doing his thing as well. But yeah,
Jesus, you got a solid team.
I think they do. I think France also have a good team, but I think if we're talking like teams, countries that have solid teams, I think as much as we talk about Germany, not Germany, sorry, as much as we're talking about Brazil, as much as we're talking about maybe Argentina, France definitely have a mention. But I think the four teams that have on paper squads that should be challenging are definitely England, Brazil, France, and then who else has got a squad that you're like, we need to. Yeah, Spain. But after getting moved to by 2-1 by Japan,
No, but I'm
Spain.
saying like going into it, you thought Spain was a 30 team.
okay, yeah.
Spain.
Spain, they don't have the team they used to.
I don't know
So,
about
yeah.
Spain, bro. I'm not gonna
You're
lie.
comparing them to 2010, which
I'm
is
not comparing to
unfair.
2010. I don't think they're that good. Not gonna lie.
I don't think they had the team that they used to. Like, so on paper, I'm talking about players that you see them on the squad and you're like, pretty much any club side in the world they could probably walk into. Brazil have that kind of team. France have that kind of team. England have that kind of team. Spain got a few bottom players like Gavi, Pedri. We love them.
You thought you were going to sneak England into that. I caught
No,
it. I caught it.
England definitely, bro. If we pull up the England lineup now, most of these players are walking into any club side.
Jason, do you mind if he does it? Because I'm calling his bluff right now.
Okay, cool. Now
You said
let's do it. Let's do it. Let me pull it up.
What's going on?
He's saying
I'm
that
saying-
the England squad, they've got players that will walk into any club in the world.
Any club side, the England team, they do.
England.
Let's not the goalkeeper region. Not the goalkeeper region. There's no goalkeeper.
No.
They're decent, but they're not walking into any club side in the world.
If I'm
Okay,
putting-
centre back.
So England, so Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale, they're not walking to any club in the world. Decent keepers.
hold
they're
on,
not.
Ramsdale.
No, I'm saying they're not. No
Take away the
England
Arsenal
keeper.
bias. Take away the
Oh,
Arsenal bias.
wait. Okay, so what's the question? So what was the question basically? Like, like, could they actually walk into any team or world class?
I'm saying England have players that would walk into any team in the world.
Right. Aaron Ramsdale, no.
No,
Nick Pope, no.
no. Jordan Pickford, no.
No.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, yes.
Hell no.
Yes, he is.
Nah.
Nah.
Hell nah.
TAA is walking
As a
into
right
any.
back. As a
I'm
right back.
telling you. Tell me a club that's going to say TA is available. Nah.
No.
Bro, forget the defensive bias.
But
the
question
Arsenal
is he walk into any other
into
team?
any club in the world. I'm telling you, people forget what the media have sold you, bro, and forget the fact that Gareth Southgate almost didn't take him. That is absurd. Absurd.
I mean, if he plays like not in a defensive position, he would be.
That's what I'm saying. How you would set him up. So, for
he was
example,
a cam before. He was a cam.
yeah, he was, and you can tell he was a cam.
Position.
He's a cam that plays right back because when it comes to what he can do once he is facing forward, there is no other player in the world that can do what TAA does. Simple. Now,
So, Justin, I've got two questions to you based on that. All right. why, if he's so effective in his skill set, does he get put into a right back position? And two, are there any right backs that you would say in the Prem that would replace their current right back with him
No.
in everything he does?
Yeah, I think outside of Chelsea, who have Reece James, most teams are going to take him, bro.
Emerson Royale. I mean,
Most teams are going to take him. Outside of Chelsea, who have Reece James, most teams are going to take him. Like, go down the whole Premier League.
You would probably replace him with Gallo or something, or just like
We most definitely will. What are you talking about?
Would Madrid take him?
Yes, Madrid will take him.
Okay.
Madrid will take him. What, to feed Kareem Benzema? No, I understand that what you're getting in TAA. What you're getting in TAA now, I think the other right back that can really like push him for his position, who has, to be fair, if Reece James wasn't in the conversation, if Reece James wasn't one that you can compare him against and say actually he's lacking this much, bro, we're not talking about TAA the way we do. You take TAA to another country, bro, the love and the stuff that put him in the Brazilian team, broski, come on.
Yeah,
They said the same. They said the same things about Cafu and Roberto Carlos. They're not really good defensively, but going forward, they're great. They said the same thing about Marcelo. Going forward, he's amazing, bro.
They
That's
never
what
said
Brazil
they were bad.
love.
No, they never said he was a bad defender. This is the first time this is the first
And
time
Roberto Carlos and
No,
Marcelo.
They never said they weren't good.
No.
They
But
said they weren't good. They never said they were bad. And
no. But here's the situation. If you watch TAA, it's not that he's a bad utter defender. It's just when people consider what he can do going forward, you compare it against what he does going back. It's like, you might as well be a midfielder. That's what people are basically saying. But it's not like he's there and he can't put a challenge in or he can't keep his position. He can. Well, it's just
time you'll see they'll put Milner there instead of him because they're scared as to what you'll do.
because Milner is like, so for example, someone who is very balanced going forward, which makes him a great right back, is Reece James. But this is needless to say, will TAA walk into any team? I'm pretty sure he will. Any team on this planet will take TAA.
But hold on. I mean, first of all, let's look at the teams in England. Yeah, so would he walk into Arsenal's team? No, not over Ben White.
You don't think TAA walks into Arsenal's team over Ben White?
Who's keeping TAA out? I need you to say it.
That's what he said. Ben White. He said Ben White and Tommy Yassi are keeping him.
I need to hear his name say it because I don't know if he's just saying we're not playing right backs this game. I need to know the player.
Jason, if Trent Alexander-Arnold was at Arsenal, here's what's going to happen.
What's that?
Ben White is moving into the centre back and TAA is playing that right. I promise you.
Bro, Ben White has been the best right back in the league this season.
I understand. Because I don't think what you guys are understanding. The moment a particular player comes into your team of a particular skill set, you change the team to try to fit. So, for example, to get Jesus the service that TAA will provide him, broski, you will shift him and have him on the pitch. Doesn't matter where you put him, broski. You're getting Jesus 10, 15 extra goals. That's you winning the league.
I'm not saying he's a bad player.
I'm convinced.
I'm not saying he's not a bad player, but it's just not his position. Right back is not his position.
Okay, so where would you put him?
I'm convinced. You've won me over. I think he's top 5.
Where would you put him?
Put him in
Because
a creative cam or centre mid.
Oh,
okay. So
centre mid like a. He's a puller. Like
he did start as a centre mid anyway.
Exactly, he did start as a centre mid, so like he's not like he wouldn't be a defensive midfielder. He would be like a number 8. Would you say?
Anyway, fair enough. So if we go through the team, right? So Connor Cody's probably not walking into a team. Eric Dyer won't.
Maguire.
Harry Maguire probably won't.
We definitely won't.
Luke Shaw won't.
Shaw Bertrand Carlos would.
Luke Shaw. Most teams he could. Anyway, I don't want to say. I think he's a good centre back. I think he's a good left back. But I don't know. Not everyone loves him, so it's not everyone's cup of tea.
I think the only way he makes you know when you're trying to build a squad and you're like, who's got the left foot? You'll play left back. That's the kind of vibe he gives me. And they'll take it if they need a left back.
Fair enough,
He's not that level. He's not that level. I'm sorry.
I think he's a great player.
He's got like a quality. he's not like up there, but I feel like there's a player in him, but he's not all that. Like there's
Yeah,
something
he's not
there.
walking into anything. He's not walking into anything.
He's not even world class. He's okay, but there's a player in there. Like you know what I mean. He does well
Yeah.
for England, but
John Stones is walking into clubs.
I'm sorry, no.
no.
John Stones is walking
Nope.
into clubs, guys. Okay,
Nope.
so
Hey,
build
man.
this for me. Build this for me. Forget Man City's team. Man City's team means that Bernardo Silva sits on the bench sometimes. Like their team is completely different. You can't judge who sits on the bench and who's playing by whether they're actually going to walk into clubs. Jesus sat on a bench. He's now almost going to win you the league. You can't judge it by that. John Stones, a ball-playing centre-back the way he is, if he's free right now, most teams are bidding for my man. Guys, it's fact. He's
Good
especially
squad player.
is
Good
especially for these last 2 years, this last season and a half that he's played. Guys, let's be honest. John Stones is going to clubs.
He's not.
He's going to clubs.
He's not going Real Madrid. He's not going Bayern. He's
Okay,
not even
fair
coming
enough.
United. He's not even coming United. I'm sorry. He's not.
He's not.
He's not. He's not.
He's not.
So you're
coming
telling me,
to our side.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
wait, Arsenal wouldn't take John Stones?
No, we got Saliba, mate.
And then who you will still play my man that couldn't even get to the Brazil team.
Bro, it's Brazil team. They got two Thiago Silva and Marquinhos. What can he do?
Thiago Silva's 38. How's he keeping you out, bro?
Bro, he's still a world class.
Leadership.
Anyway, okay, fair enough. I'll give you John Stones. If John Stones will walk in,
We gave you
I know,
Trent. We
I
gave
know
you Trent.
Kieran Trippier's not getting in.
Yep.
Kyle Walker, what you lot said.
Yeah, he will.
Kyle Walker.
Pay some none.
Okay, no problem. Benjamin White.
No. But
I didn't expect
he's a
that.
good player, though, isn't he? He's been our best. He's been the best centre back.
Jude Bellingham.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Cool. Conor Gallagher.
No. In the
Jordan
mid.
Henson.
He's barely
No.
even lucky he's in Qatar right now.
Mason Mount.
No.
No.
You don't think Mason Mount is walking into most clubs?
Oh,
No.
Justin, please. Are you
Just
trying to
because
justify?
Just
You know,
because
for
you're
real.
the best, you're the best in England doesn't mean you're that level. And that's the England hype that we need to get you out of.
Huh?
He's trash.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. No, I never said he's
Guys,
trash, but
let's
He's
put
not
personal.
trash. Oh, he's not trash.
Let's put personal biases aside. The boy can play ball.
what team does he play
Anyway, to be fair, he plays
for?
for
Please
Chelsea.
confirm. He plays for Chelsea.
To be fair, he's not my favorite player, but I can see a player when I see one. Calvin Phillips isn't walking in. Declan Rice, is he walking into most teams?
Yes.
For his youth? For his youth? Yes.
No, put youth aside, broski.
No, I
The
can't
man-
put youth aside. I can't put
No.
Because there's
So-
a lot of players I've seen in this World Cup that have outperformed Declan.
What are you talking, bro?
There's
Declan
been a
Rice is
lot.
walking into probably every club on this planet. What are you talking about?
I feel like he's upper echelon, but I can't lie. There's a lot of clubs that I can't see them moving a man to get him outside of the fact that Declan's a
No,
younger version of what they want.
forget the moving of man. This player is available. Every club has an opportunity to go from. You don't think most clubs are bidding for my man? Which, to
Okay.
be honest, they already are. You know, so there's empirical evidence for this.
You know, like
In
2
in
years.
United, would you take him over Casemiro? Right.
Yes,
Okay.
I would.
But it,
What?
no. Take away the youth because Casemiro is 30 and he's 23, 24. Take
No.
away the youth based on current ability.
Yes, I would take him because it's not that much difference now. Casemiro, if anything, what you're giving Declan Rice and youth, give Casemiro an experience. Because if you're talking about someone who's tough in the tackle, all right, Casemiro might just edge him, but he's not far off. I'll take that. The other things that he may have above Casemiro, what he can find in a pass, in those things there, his tenacity. Yes, these are things Casemiro possesses that Declan Rice is also possessing.
Casemiro's the best DM in the world.
No, I completely understand you. I'm saying take 4 Champions Leagues away from Casemiro. Would you take Declan Rice as well?
Yes,
What we're
because
giving
you
him-
still have the fifth. You still have the fifth.
Okay, take four. Okay, one Champions League. Take the Champions Leagues away from Casemiro.
Yeah.
We're talking pure ability. Forget everything else. Just pure ability. This boy, you would put him in there, 100% above.
Not over Casemiro, which is the question. Would he walk into any squad anyway?
That's what I'm telling you. He would. So even if he's playing next to Casemiro, like someone like Casemiro, let me not disrespect him. he's going to be. But we're talking about pure ability. Just because Casemiro is in a team doesn't mean that that team is also not going to run for deck. Most teams are. There's empirical evidence to it. They want him right now.
I think a large part of it is youth. But I'll give you rights. Like I think it comes in parcel. He's a very much. It's like Saka. Saka's very mature for his age, but he's also got a great deal of ability. So like they'll take him because there's upside and what he's doing right now. So I'll give you rights. I'll give you rights.
Bro, we can't. I think what we have to start giving people like Jude Bellingham, we have to start giving people like Saka, we have to start giving people like Declan Rice is them being professional, them being able to read a game from young, them being able to slot into a man's game. It's a skill in itself. It's not just because they're prim and proper. No, that's just an ability. It's a God-given ability. You can't teach that. You can't teach that, bro. Saka and the way he can read a game is not because he's just calm, he's got good temperament. No, he's got ability. It may not look like Phil Foden's, but he's got ability. Like someone like James,
I can't separate the youth. I can't.
You have to. I mean, anyway, okay, you don't have to be able to separate the youth, but at the end of the day, they're gonna transition from being 22 to 24 to 25.
I mean, to be fair, with the amount of experience that the youth have, they must have played a lot of games, and they've been growing year after year. And I feel like Saka's development has been improving year after year. Like
he's carrying the team.
I've been watching him week in, week out, but at the same time, the most whenever I criticize him on that particular ability, like he tends to improve on that next season, the season after. Like the first season that he came in, I felt like he lacked goals or lacked decision awareness. But I mean, this season he started to add goals, he started to add assists in this game, and I feel like he could be, without taking my Arsenal bias out of it, that he would start in most. He would actually start in most teams. He would start over. He will start in Spurs team. Actually. He will start on the right. He will start on the right though. What Saka over Kulusevski?
Saka would walk into any Premier League team.
That's not the standard. That's not the standard we're going by. We're saying any team in the world.
He would walk into any Premier League team and walk into any team in the world. Bukayo Saka right now. Who's for who?
Madrid.
Rodrigo and then Vinicius plays on the left.
Vinicius. Yeah.
Saka's better than Rodrigo?
Yeah, I think it
is. If not as good as. Like, forget, because I think what we do with those lot that are outside of the Premier League is we only focus on the flair man. Forget the flair man. Put him next to Saka, bro. Broski, the manager's putting Saka in because Saka is going to do something other people can't do.
I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to say, no, he's not better. He's more effective. But I can't. It's semantics. He's more effective. He's not a better player.
We've got to stop doing that.
I'm sorry.
If a man, because all we're doing is we look at flair, we look at a man that can do the Jogo Benito thing, and we say the man who is more effective is not better than the man who can Rabona it.
But at times I feel like I feel like sometimes it can be a little bit more frustrating. Like USA game, there's certain games for us that he's been a bit more frustrating. Like. But at the same time, like he's still young. But
that's what I'm saying.
He's 20. He's only 21, and he's still. And with the impact that he had in the games over the last few seasons, of course he can be.
I think that's my thing, because I feel like when you look at Saka, and in England context and Arsenal context, you look at him and say, I can see you dominating the Premier League for a number of years. Not based on what you're currently doing, but your upper limit as to where you could be. Like nobody's looking at Saka and saying you are competing with Salah in terms of your ability. Nobody's looking at him and saying that. Nobody would say, "Oh, you're a Hazard level." Like those were players in their prime. They walk into any team. What we're saying is, I could see the player that's going to come from this guy, and that's the thing that I'm saying you can't separate from you. Because if he was doing everything he's doing right now, but he was 29. He's not making these conversations. If Declan's doing all of these things, but he's 34, like he's Busquets' age or is Modric age, we're not hyping about him.
Bro, this is what's sad about football, because you just mentioned a key player that even till this day, he will not get his flowers in the game as one of the best midfielders of all time until he's gone, which is Sergio Busquets.
Yeah.
That man there played a simple game for the entire of his career. And to this day, people don't know that he was one of the best midfielders ever to grace the pitch until he goes. Because he's not a flair man. He's not one that you're going to be like, in a team of Iniesta, Messi, and Xavi, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, Busquets. But until you know that there's something he's doing that no one else can do.
It's all the dirty work, isn't it?
No one else can do. And that's simplicity. When we're talking press resistant, you cannot pressure a man. And he doesn't look flary when doing it. He just looks like he's so simple. Like he's almost slow. But that's a gift, bro. Being able to be at that top of the game, like, so take someone like Saka, yeah, like, if Saka, all we're saying is, if Saka was doing what he's doing now at 29, would we consider him as that? Maybe you wouldn't, but why not? What we're talking about, if Saka at 29 is carrying his team so they are top of the league, why would you not consider him as one of the top men in the world? His team
I don't think he
is the top.
He's not. I'd say Xhaka and Odegaard are probably carrying the team.
What are you guys talking about, broski?
I mean, Saka hasn't been carrying. He wasn't. He's not the main guy for us like this season. It was
I get your point, Justin. I just disagree with it because I feel like, and it's not even feel. I know that Saka's a large part of the Saka upside is he's doing all of this at the age of ratata. That's a large part of it.
Put 1 point in there. He got like 6 man of the matches out of like 12. Like for England, like he's a totally different player for England.
Bro, forget that, right?
Totally
Is Saka better than Sterling?
Right now, yes.
Right now he is, yes, 100%.
Right now he is, yeah. But take this stat. Just take this stat. In 20 games, the man who's not carrying your team has 11 goal involvement, 5 goals, 6 assists. Your top scorer has 6. He has 5. Your top scorer has 6 goals and 2 assists. Saka has 5 goals and 6 assists.
But in that,
5 goals
there was a 4-game window, I remember clearly, where the pundits were getting on him because he wasn't performing. So there's the inconsistency element that we've now disregarded because we only want to look at the upside of what Saka can do. And then when we're going to say there's a maturity element of his game that still needs to be refined, we want to go and dismiss it because he's not supposed to be there for that. You can't have it both ways, bro.
No, but using your same argument, we can apply that to Saka. Everyone else will get a pass except Saka because he's supposed to be this young budding. You started your game, or the name of your game was consistency. So when you have a footballer's blip, we say, yo, where were you?
But I don't feel like any other elite world-class player is afforded inconsistency.
Okay, you mentioned Salah, right? This calendar, when Salah came back from AFCON, he scored once. Did he win Golden Boot or was it Harry Kane?
It was Harry Kane. But
was Harry Kane?
Yeah.
And who was second?
I mean, back on the Saka thing, right? So I would actually say, yeah, like what I said, he's been a class player over the years. I can say that he's still not world class yet. He's still not world. Obviously, like you said, that he'll be in the future by 29 or like 28 in his prime, he would be an absolute lethal player. And like you said, he's a very good player actually for England itself. I mean, for us, like he still has downside in his game, but at the same time, it feels like he's been overplayed as well. Hence why he's not performing as much for us like season.
No, it's true.
August, he started really slow this season. He got his first goal against United this season, which is like we lost anyway. Like 6 games this season, like that's his first goal. Ever since that, he kicked on a little bit more. But there's a little bit of things in the game that he needs to improve.
Can I just fast forward to back to my closing point? I think the only other 2 players that are world class in English squad are Harry Kane and Phil Foden. Everybody else, nah.
Bro, we can't do that. Oh, surely not, broski. Okay, so Phil walks into every team. Yep. I won't give you Jack. Jack will probably not walk into. Harry Kane will.
Definitely right.
Phil walks into every team.
Yeah. James Maddison probably walks into every Premier League team, but not every team in the world. So Marcus Kofi Rashford. What are you guys telling me?
Was he born on a Friday?
That really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Broski, I can't believe what you guys are saying.
He doesn't.
Marcus. So in the forwards that are walking into any team in this, I don't care what you guys tell me. Foden is going, Harry Kane is going, Marcus is going, Bukayo is going. There is no club on God's green earth breathing Kudus's air right now that will not take these 4 players.
I'm sorry.
All right, bro. Let's just move into Ghana, bro. I know this talk's gonna be like, we do this debate for another day, but yeah, I know. Like we say, ending the debate, I will say, only you say Foden and Kane. What about you? Like you say most of the England players, but yeah, I would say probably say Saka, Kane, and probably Foden, and probably like certain people. Like there's not that many. Our team is not really. We have decent players, but
We're stacked, man, lads. We're stacked.
Your team. I don't accept this England squad until we win.
Bro, I mean, I have no attachment in it, but we'll see. We'll see.
That's so funny. I have no attachment, but
I have no attachment. I'm like, bro, I feel like I've been celebrating, but I'm just like, whoa, is it? It's not. I feel like I'm more club of the country in it. Like I feel like
sure.
Of course, with the French squad, the French team.
Come on, allez le bleu.
Ici Paris.
Saliba. We say Saliba, bro.
Yeah.
Moving on, man. Moving on to the main team. Obviously Magane and brothers.
Come on.
Kudus. My guy Thomas Partey as well. Obviously starring for Ghana, the best player of Ghana. Of course, my guy Thomas Partey controlling the midfield.
Number 5 is good. He's alright.
Getting about Kudus in it, one of my guys. But yeah, how are you guys feeling about Ghana this World Cup actually? Man. Talk to me, man. Talk to me,
bro. Should we give the context, or should we just jump straight into it?
We've come in,
bro. Anyway, do your thing, man.
We've come into the tournament. We're the worst ranked team in the tournament.
Swear down.
Yeah, worst ranked. Like I think we were ranked. We're ranked below Saudi Arabia. We're ranked below Qatar.
Saudi Arabia, right? You're ranked below Qatar.
Below Qatar, ranked below Saudi Arabia, and we're the youngest team in the tournament as well. On average, I think the average age is like 23, 24.
About that, yeah.
You got a bunch of players that like have never played before, like together like that. So going in, obviously, we had a bad African Cup of Nations, so we're coming in.
Comoros or something.
Yeah, first half against Portugal, bro, was it was a mixture because I could see what the manager set out to do, which was just hold it. It wasn't exciting, but at the same time, also Portugal didn't look like they were threatening us.
Yeah.
What we didn't do enough was like Kudus, for example, when he plays Ajax, he's almost playing as a cam. He's playing in a 10, or he's going like in a forward kind of role. Partey for you lot, he plays as a 6, but he almost plays like as an 8 as well. Like he's box to box as well. Do you get what I'm saying? But when he comes to Ghana, he has to play a different kind of role. Like he has to stick with a 6, and he has no option to go. Kudus has to play in the 8 when he comes to Ghana. And this means that Ayew and Andre Ayew has to play in the 10, etc. So I think second half, what they've done is they've allowed Kudus to go more in the 10, and things start to flow. We start to play. Obviously, Ronaldo's done his thing, Piers Morgan's boy, and he's dived for the penalty. Waste, man. But how we've come back is where it's like, rah, this is amazing. But then the manager's done a thing where immediately as we've scored, he's taken Andre and thing off. But you can tell from that point, or you can tell that, okay, Ghana's got something about them now. Like they're really going to challenge. And I think that's what we brought into the South Korea game. If we can solidify the back where we're not leaking as many goals, bro, we can go on and do a thing in this tournament, man. We could probably go round of 16. If we go round of 16 without winning the group, we play Brazil. But we weren't supposed to get this far in it. So we can really do a thing, man. We can really show, we can really entertain.
What about Kim? What about you?
I feel like, obviously, Justin spends a lot of time with the national squad. Like, he takes time out every year to go spend time with Otto. And then he gets a lot of insider scoop. But for me, as a as a diaspora man, I went into this tournament knowing how poorly we did in the AFCON and how it was a consensus amongst all of Africa that we did not deserve to get into the World Cup. We beat Nigeria on a very, very, very unforeseen victory that just allowed us to get there. So we went in thinking our team was not going to be to par. Then we also had a lot of potential call-ups to the Ghana squad. There were a lot of names that started saying we might switch and select Ghana to go be our squad.
Hudson Odoi and Eddie Nketiah, like
we thought.
Yeah.
So, no, I think we got Lamptey, didn't we?
Yeah, we got Tariq Lamptey came.
But there were a lot of other names that would have taken us from here to here in terms of the caliber of our squad, because a lot of the players that we have are not world-known stars outside of number 6 and a couple of other men. So coming into the World Cup, I didn't expect anything, and I didn't expect much from the coach. It's his first time coaching a national squad. I think it's his first national team, so there was nothing there for us. But that first game, when I saw that they started Ronaldo, the man that I know doesn't press, he doesn't do anything for his team, he's dead weight, I thought we had something there. Then I saw corruption at its finest. I saw a man get a penalty for not even touching the ball, and I said, at that point, I said, we're fighting FIFA. We're fighting FIFA. That was what happened. So the fact that we took Portugal 3-2 with FIFA against us, I knew that we're going far in this tournament. I knew from that day we're going far in this tournament. There's a player called Kudus.
Kudos.
You've heard of him.
Respect on his name, blood.
In Kudus we trust.
Kudus
That
we
is a
flip
player.
and trust.
That is a player with a lot of maturity to his game, but also I feel like he's just one of those guys that I know what the coach is telling me, but I feel like I need to do this kind of guy. So I feel like, just to answer your question, I think Ghana can go as far as the coach allows the players to play their game, to express themselves, because I don't feel the coach's his subs make sense. I don't think his tactics are good. I think that the team are very solid. Like, we've got a very solid and hardworking team, but we let a lot of crosses come in, which is very fortunate. Nobody can attack us in the air like that. We're a very short team. We're a very unstructured team, but we've got a lot of natural talent. So when we get
workhorses, you have a lot of workhorses. I feel like
not even workhorses. I think we've got a lot of talent, but the game that they've been instructed to play is work hard. Yeah. Whereas if you start allowing them to express themselves, you'll see a lot from them. So I think we can go far. When we beat Uruguay tomorrow, or actually, I don't know when this is going to come out. Yesterday, when we beat them yesterday, innit? And they knew.
We're live now, bro.
Oh, okay. So when we beat them, I don't know. But at the point that we beat them, I feel like we've already achieved beyond what everybody thought of us. We thought we were going to get 3 games and we're going home. The second we get through this group stage, the world is our oysters, and teams will think they'll get an easy game against us. They'll be surprised. They'll be surprised.
Bro, you gave Portugal a tough goal. Even at the end, you could have nicked that at the death. Like, you know, when the goalkeeper actually jumped that forward.
Inaki Williams. Oh man.
Bro, you know you got Inaki Williams. How is he doing actually at the moment? He's a quick player, man.
He's on fraud watch, man. He's on fraud watch.
All I just saw, I never hardly seen him play, but apparently he's like 96.
That's what they say. He's on fraud watch, man. Can't lie.
I think you're a bit harsh though, because he plays a lot of his time with those immovable objects. The IU twins. Like, I feel like we're doing a disservice. We're doing a lot of disservice though.
Come on.
Big up TA, man. Brazil versus GH. Ghana, obviously last 16. Kudos. winner.
Of course. But
But
do you know what it is, yeah? If we're to speak about this Ghana Uruguay match, I think one thing that we probably need to go into is we need to take that revenge thing out of our mind and just play football.
100%.
don't play
Because
the
it's-
emotion. Don't play the emotion, man. Just play the occasion. Like, I don't know
Bro,
this. Like, play your game. Innit?
because already they've started sending Suarez out to try and get in our heads. Broski's coming out talking about how Asamoah Gyan should have scored a penalty. Is he mad? Is he
I mean,
Free
he should have
slap
scored
him
that.
now.
Pagan, fam.
Isn't it? He
Pagan.
should have.
Hey, Justin, why is your name still Justin on this thing, fam? Change your name.
Nah, when we beat them, I can show everyone, yeah.
Imagine we
Oh,
beat
but they
them.
didn't
We do
home
that
with it.
show, yeah. You'd probably be buzzing, man. A match reaction show, yeah. Boy, it will be mad. It will be mad if you qualify in it. Like, I feel like you'll be favorites for the game because I feel like in the last 2 games Uruguay didn't do nothing. Like, I don't see where the goals coming from. Suarez has been like a little bit aging at the moment.
Mhm.
Cavani's aging. Darwin Noodles, bro, wow, he's dead. He's dead. But
But it's one of those though. We have to respect them.
regardless of position, they still have quality players around them, like Jimenez,
Valverde, come on.
Valverde. But then again, I feel like with the last 2 games, Ghana has showed a lot of fight, both ending 3-2 as well. That resilience as well, that mental strength. But this is a vital game, actually. You can't afford to lose. I mean, how many points do you guys? Whereabouts are you in the table?
So we're second.
we got
right
3.
now.
We got 3 points.
Yeah, we're
And you're
second with
second.
3 points. So we really and truly
Got 0 goal difference as well.
Yeah.
Zero
So we need a win.
And
A win would guarantee us. A year ago, I have 1 point.
Yeah. They drew 1 away.
They drew against South Korea. So really and truly, we just need a win. A win would guarantee us there. A draw would take us if South Korea lose. Now, what I fear is because Portugal are free, they're gonna pay the small boys. In South Korea, maybe they'll try to take. But either way, if we win, if we take care of our business, it's not an issue.
They still have the quality just to get through, get past that, but get past
Not an issue.
South Korea anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Justin, I feel like I just want to reward Jason, because he's been talking a lot of positivity about Ghana. So you're no longer Jason, you're Kojo. You're Kojo. That's your new name, bro. It's been bestowed upon you.
We'll only be giving out. Let's not be giving out.
Kev, don't get me wrong. Don't take it offense, innit? Like, I thought you were Nigerian, innit? Before, like, proper, full on. But I don't know you're Ghanaian. Like,
End this right now.
Crazy.
End this right now.
Well,
End this right
apologies.
now.
Crazy
Ask
stuff.
Jesus forgiveness.
End
like,
this right now.
Yeah, that's
End
crazy.
this right now. End this right now.
End the stream,
Crazy,
Dave.
crazy,
End the
crazy.
stream, man. But
End this
yeah,
right now.
I love you, man. I love you, Kim, anyway. But still, my Ghanaian brother from another mother, obviously Justin as well. But yeah, so obviously, you guys have a lot of good players though. Like with Kudus, right? Like, is he like a more of a number 8 more than a number 10, or just is he can play CM, Cam, and striker? You say?
Yeah. So last season he was up front, most games for Ajax, but really and truly Kudus. So Kudus came through as a striker, but really and truly he's a 10. He's a 10. His best position is where he's picking up the ball and he's making something happen up top.
Powerful, man.
Yeah, very good player. Very good player. He can really go far.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, I mean, in terms of like getting into Premier League teams as well, we actually linked with Kudus as well. Funny enough,
Yeah.
like, we linked with Kudus. Do you think it will be a good signing for us as well?
Yeah, he's replacing Saka. He
could be definitely replacing him.
Relax
But
yourself, bro.
I know him, Everton and Liverpool are also looking at him as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, Kudus could really do a thing. I think the system he fits in most is probably Liverpool's, but yeah.
That's good, man. I mean, in terms of you guys have a decent players as well. Partey, obviously, my boy as well.
Yeah.
Partey, I didn't even know Ayu's playing as well, bro. Ayu.
Yeah, both Ayus are playing. Do you know what? Let me take a platform to officially for one game apologize to Jordan Ayew, big boss.
Is
Thank you for-
Jordan? Is Jordan?
Jordan's out there, and last game he did his thing. Can't even lie to you.
Jordan,
He did his thing. Can't even lie to you, bro.
You
What
know,
about Andre?
Justin. I can't allow for this to happen. I'm leaving the stream because
Why?
I will refuse. I refuse to go and acknowledge those brothers that get there.
Nah, Jordan done his thing. Man, he done his thing. Hopefully next game as well, you know, can we step up? So senior man, we salute you. Mohamed Salisu for Southampton at the back has been a rock, bro. It's been an absolute rock, like serious baller. Serious baller. And a few others as well. Tariq Lamptey played solid as well last game. So we'll see, man. And big up the keeper as well.
Hey, my bros, I got a dip, but
yeah, no worries, bro.
Jason, love for having me. Keep up the great content and keep shining.
Quick one, score prediction for you.
Honestly, I think we'll get 10. I think we'll get 10.
10, bro. You're buzzing.
Come on, man.
Well, what kind of high grade are you smoking, bro?
Nah. It'll be 1-0. 1-0.
1-0 Ghana.
1-0 toss.
Fair enough,
1-0
bro.
toss.
But yeah, thank you very much for coming on, Ken, man. Much appreciated, man. Best of luck for everything, man. We should catch up soon, bro. If anything, ping me a message through, bro. But yeah,
love, bro. Peace.
Love, my bro.
But yeah, so obviously going into the game, who would be your starting 11? You know, for Ghana, what do you say?
Okay, so tomorrow's game, I'll probably go 4-3-3.
Yeah.
I'll have the keeper in. So Ati Ziggy at the in goal between the sticks. For my left back, I'm gonna go Gideon Mensah. And you played fantastic last game.
Gideon Mensah, was he a left back or CM?
He's a left back.
That's Munster.
Yeah. So Gideon Mensah, left back. Centre backs, I'm still going to keep the pairing of Daniel Amate for Leicester and Mohamed Salisu Southampton. I think they've been solid. And then right back, I'm going to keep Mr. Trustworthy himself. The girls love him, by the way. Tariq Lamptey. They're loving him. So that's probably the back four. In my midfield three, I'm going to go Kudus. So Abdul Samed, holding, and then I'm gonna put Thomas Partey in the 8. So Kudus more so in the 10, just a sort of free roll. Head of my striker. Brother. You know what it is?
Your strikers are so frustrating to watch. I'm telling you. But
it is crazy. Like I'm really trying. I'm really trying because I know Inaki Williams has a quality in him, but broski I told you he's on field watch.
Get Asamoah back. Get Asamoah back, please.
Man, do you know what? Someone like Asamoah would have been so easily walking into the team, definitely. But do you know, I'll still go Inaki Williams up top just because, however way we see it, his pace is still a threat. And I think we're still trying to figure out how he plays. So the moment we do, you never know, this might be his game in behind the midfielders.
Was he starting the last 2 games actually?
Yeah, so he's started the last 2 games.
Oh, why did he play the Ayew brothers?
So last against South Korea, Inaki started up top with Andre on the right and then Jordan on the left. So they started those 2 brothers, but this time around, what I'll do is I'll start with Inaki. I'll put Jordan on the left, and then I'll put Sulemana on the right. Yeah. So that's who I would start with. Yeah. So 4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Yeah.
Hopefully, man. Best of luck, man. But I feel like before the score prediction, I would love to say one of my favorite Ghanaian players, man. I like play when I saw the eye test like over the years, stuff like that. I would say, Andre Ayew was one of them. Actually, I love him.
Sure.
Asamoah Gyan, he's my guy. Baller. I'll probably play for Sunderland. Banging in goals. Came to the Prem, scored against Chelsea. For Ghana as well, 2010 World Cup, boy. Solid.
Oh, serious ball.
Look at that Mensah, that centre back. What's that guy? He used to play for in the Prem as well.
Yes.
That guy
John
was,
John Mensah. John
he was,
Mensah.
he was decent as well, innit?
Solid, yeah, solid boy.
And Partey, obviously, my guy. I
Yeah.
can't.
No, Michael Essien.
Huh?
Michael Essien.
Michael Essien, bro. I forgot as well. He's a
Baller.
beast. He's a baller as well. But we know for Thomas Partey, bro. Without him, we wouldn't be top of the league, bro. He's at
Yeah.
he's at the heartbeat, bro. Like he's powerful. I hope you, bro, please keep him in good hands, man. Please.
And I think he plays like it. I think with Partey, I think the Partey that we've seen this season, or that we've seen in past seasons, we can never sort of get that Partey for Ghana, because when we see that Partey for Arsenal, you realize that okay, this when you see him for Ghana, you're like, ah, he has one more gear in him, and if he hits that gear, boy, we're flying.
Woo!
So hopefully we hit that gear tomorrow, and then yeah, we're off, man. We're off.
Yeah, man. Just want to say, finally, before we head off, score predictions as well. What's your score prediction for this game?
For tomorrow. Okay, what am I thinking? Let me tap into the Holy Spirit real quick.
Say it with chest, boy. Jesus is with you.
Come on. I'm going 2-1. 2-1 Ghana.
2-1, yeah?
2-1 Ghana, yeah.
What time is kickoff anyway? At 3?
Yeah, tomorrow's free.
Bro, I'm at work, man. I'm
So,
actually at work.
Can't lie, for us Ghanaians, it's a national holiday. Everyone has to understand.
What, are you working from home tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm working from home. I think every Ghanaian works from home tomorrow, bro.
Oh, they
working from home, yeah.
They know and stuff, innit? Like, they wouldn't mind, or just obviously like.
Yeah. Everyone. Well, not so much they know for football, but it's just you have the option to work from home. So for that particular day, for tomorrow, I'm working from home. Yeah.
Lucky
And
guy.
at 3, no one should email anyone. No one should email me.
But yeah, man, I just want to say, wish you best of luck for that game. And my score prediction will be 1-0 Ghana, man.
Come on.
No, or would I say the classic 3-2? Imagine all your score lines go like 3-2, 3-2. But I feel like it's classic, like 1-0. Make a win. But yeah, man. But yeah, thank you very much, Justin, for coming.
It's been amazing. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
we should do this again, definitely.
Pardon?
So we should do this again, definitely.
100%, man. Keep me updated, man. We need to get this done. Imagine a match reaction as well. Boy, imagine a quick match reaction tomorrow. We don't know if you'd be on it. But yeah, man. But yeah, thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it. And also shout out to Kim as well. My Ghanaian brothers from another mothers. But yeah, man. Best of luck for you, man. You know, I want some Ghanaian jollof sometime by the end of the day.
Let's do it.
It's a bit of a bad thing, man.
We still need to take you to Kate's.
Bro, tell me, man.
Let's see.
Bro,
let's
to happen, man.
If we make it into the round of 16, let's set something up, man. Let's set something up.
Oh, we have to do this, man. I'm like, bro, I've been craving jollof, bro. I can't find anywhere.
Don't worry, we got you, bro. Got you.
Bye, guy. But anyways, guys, got to go. But make sure you like the video, share the video as well, and most importantly, subscribe as well. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Bala Show. I'm out, my people.
Say no more, broski.